a North American prodigy.
Goes for JW, you're gonna pick him off as well. Great round from Swag so far. Now a 1-on-2, and Swag, oh my god.
One of the region's greatest support players.
Go down, FX shows, picked up now, a triple kill. He's gonna get sprayed down, and ACK gets the one, gets the next one. It's a 1-on-1, and he's gonna get the third one as well.
Two of NA's greatest minds.
Steel and Daze trying to synchronize. Oh, they're catching them off guard. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, LDLC not looking healthy. Oh, how did they do it?
Banned.
People's careers have just been ended.
You made a choice, and that's what happens. When you make a choice like that, it's all done, man.
CSGO's 2015 match fixing scandal is one of the biggest scandals in the game's history. 4 of North America's strongest players were banned overnight, cutting their pro careers short. All for a few measly skins during a meaningless CEVO Pro match. iBUYPOWER was one of North America's best teams, competing with Cloud9 for the top spot in the region. While iBUYPOWER might not have been able to get it done internationally,
Virtus Pro saying if you come to Euroland, you're gonna have to deal with some Europeans.
they dominated at home.
3 maps total for iBUYPOWER. They
Man.
win on train.
Their roster, made up of Braxton, Swag Pierce, Tyler, Skadoodle Latham, Josh, Steel Nissan, Sam, Dazed Marine, and Kevin, AZK La Riviere, looked like they had a bright future ahead of them. It seemed like only a matter of time before they'd put NA on the map. But it didn't take long for disaster to strike.
Going live now, Netcode Guides versus iBUYPOWER.
On August 20th, 2014, during CEVO Season 5, iBUYPOWER went up against Netcode Guides on DE Season, which was set to be a pretty uninteresting match. On eSports betting site CSGO Lounge, 83% of people had bet on iBUYPOWER, and going in, they seemed like the safe bet. Of course, things weren't that simple.
Got a FAMAS, pushed up from CT spawn. Flash goes off. They know where he is now. Makes a shot, and Tariq shuts it down. Netcode Guides beating iBUYPOWER on season.
IBP were destroyed, 16-4. The loss was unexpected, but given that IBP had just gotten back from ESL 1 Cologne, understandable. The fishy part was that Netcode Guides needed that win to make playoffs, but iBUYPOWER were already locked in. Dazed also co-owned Netcode Guides.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Dazed from netcodeguides.com.
But he since claimed that he had nothing to do with team operations.
We sponsor them, but like, I never deal with them. Like, I do the content on the website and things like that. Like, that's like completely separate than what I deal with.
But the strange part wasn't that iBUYPOWER lost. It was the way they lost.
Look at this, they're actually doing a strange buy here. They're going for a round 2 surprise buy. I gotta say, the entries are looking a little weak from iBUYPOWER along with the strats. I mean, they're just doing very basic things. They're trying to just fully attack these sites and not really using any smokes or pop flashes for the most part to their advantage, and it's very unlike them.
That could have been an easy 3K for him. They will take the B bomb site though. He's going to try and get the flank off. He's going to have 2 right there. Can they line up for him? What is he doing? Why did he hesitate so much? Doesn't matter. Has the CC. Gets one. Gets taken down. Hayes was so very low. They lined up perfectly for him, but for some reason... Oh, he says he wanted a knife.
iBUYPOWER did not go down swinging. In fact, they just rolled over.
No, the only way that iBUYPOWER can commit here is to A. Steel was trying to throw a set smoke to get them into the site. They have to figure that the bomb is over there, and now they know for a fact. They saw both players there. This is going to be hard. 20 seconds left on the board. This is going to be Skadoodle and Daze versus Hayes, Cutler, JDM, and FNS. Are they really just going to wait the timeout right now? Is this really happening? Oh, Skadoodle! Skadoodle, why would... I don't understand.
They missed easy shots, cracked jokes, and even put Steel on the op instead of their main opper, Skadoodle.
And it's very weird to see Steel opping over Skadoodle. I don't know if Skadoodle's not feeling it right now or what is going on, but iBUYPOWER is definitely not playing like iBUYPOWER.
An article by Richard Lewis posted to the Daily Dot the next day accused the team of match fixing. It cited screenshots between Denial eSports player Shazam and an anonymous friend on Steam.
This match pretty much means nothing with all the guest like circumstances surrounding it, like, you know, and there's, you know, who knows, there's potential for a throw or a rig, and I started kind of bragging, like, you know, try to act cool to him.
It's like you're saying, like, I trust you, don't say anything to anybody, like, did you enjoy the show? Kind of like yo, this is a guaranteed thing. That's what the vibe is.
On a live stream, Dave claimed that Shazam was just being dramatic, and Shazam said he was just bragging about a smart bet, and that Richard Lewis's article was based more on speculation than fact.
I mean, it's just Shazam being Shazam. Like, I don't know why
Shazam treats everything like a conspiracy.
But like, I don't understand why Shazam does this shit. He's always like starting up drama.
We got confirmation from iBUYPOWER, Dazed, and Shazam that none of it's true. It's all bullshit. The article from Richard Lewis is kind of based off theory and not off fact.
For the next few months, Steele and Dazed denied any and all allegations that they threw that match.
Did we ever throw a match? No.
Upsets happen. Get over yourselves.
But in November of 2014, they were kicked off of iBUYPOWER. iBUYPOWER were on the upswing, starting to outperform Cloud9 internationally. Removing the only two players who could IGL seemed like a strange thing to do for a winning team. They were replaced by Desi and Nitro, a move that had some scratching their heads.
Dazed rejoined the team in December 2014, before they joined Hiko in January on huge-ass construction. That team would go on to be GX Gaming. Allegations that the match against Netcode Guides was thrown still swirled around the scene, but for the most part, it seemed like the scandal was behind them. That was until a post on the ESEA forum appeared, with evidence that seemed to say that the match was fixed. The post was made by Torqued player Derek Born's former girlfriend, Ashley Black Lotus LeBeouf, who posted screenshots of what appeared to be texts between herself and Deborn. According to that account, Dazed told Deborn and Netcode Guides co-founder Casey Foster that IBP were going to throw the match and that they should change their bets. Deborn also appeared to admit that they were using a friend, DuckCudFam, to place the bets because he had access to 9 Smurf accounts. The community dismissed the text, so Black Lotus took them to Richard Lewis, who verified and published them. Lewis also spoke to CSGO Lounge employee Courtney Honey Timpson for the piece, who shed light on Cud's unusual bet after investigation by CSGO Lounge. They had found that most of the big winners on that game led back to Cud and his Steam friends. According to Honey, Cud had his 9 Smurfs all place a maximum bet of $1,193.14. He also said that a couple of the accounts were made just to bet on that one match, and that Cud's betting history showed that he wasn't one to bet at all on just one game. 10 days later, Valve released a blog post simply titled Integrity and Fair Play.
Could, Deborn, Casey Foster, Dazed, Swag, AZK, Steele, RIP, ladies and gentlemen.
Valve had finally stepped in with a ban on Cud, Deborn, Casey Foster, Dazed, AZK, Swag, and Steele. Valve didn't initially state how long the bans would last, but in a follow-up post stated that they were permanent. Not only were they banned from Valve events, but they were banned from all CEVO, ESEA, DreamHack, Faceit, E-League, and ESL events, among others. Their pro careers were over. Though there are conflicting reports regarding Skadoodle's involvement with the fix, Valve didn't find a reason to ban him during their investigation.
Then the story breaks. At this point in time, they're not going to get banned either, but the story breaks that, they've done some sort of throw. Then the guy comes back with the skins, like, I've got the skins now. That's the point at which Skadoodle doesn't accept the skins.
That's not true, by the way. I don't know where that came from, but that is not true at all. I don't know whose source Thorn had on that. Like, Scott just didn't want anything to do with it from the start.
And Skadoodle showed some of the potential that iBUYPOWER had when he went on to win a major with Cloud9 in 2018.
I'm not crying, you're crying, stop.
So what happened to the rest of the iBUYPOWER players? They're still banned from Valve events, but some third-party organizers have lifted their bans aside from ECS and E-League.
Dazed, you there?
What's up?
Congratulations, my man.
What's up?
You're unbanned.
What?
You're unbanned.
Steele and AZK played professional Overwatch for a bit, making very short runs with Splice and Team Liquid. AZK jumped ship back to CS in 2017 after those few tournament organizers decided to unban them.
AZK is the unluckiest human I've ever met. Playing Overwatch, he's getting good. He's a pro in Overwatch. He's on a team. They're doing good. They're not getting paid well yet because Overwatch is still small. All of a sudden, he gets unbanned from one league, and then he decides, you know what, I'm gonna quit Overwatch to go back to CSGO. He's on a team in Premier Mountain Dew League. They're getting no salary. And guess who's getting a fucking salary? Overwatch League.
Steele and Dazed also did some analyst work with ESL and BTS, among a few others. Swag, on the other hand, got a streaming contract with C9 and played with the team at CS Summit 1. They have all played on B-tier squads since. But surely, no A-list org would ever sign a player who can't participate in the major, no matter how good they might be. Some members of the community don't agree with Valve's ban, especially considering there were no rules regarding match fixing at the time. So the community is still split.
The perma ban's fucking heartbreaking, man. These guys put in... For the past year, these guys have been playing with the notion that hopefully at the end of the year they'll be unbanned and they'll be able to compete again.
Get fucked, Days. Sorry, bro. You're the ringleader. You should burn. And I'm just so sad that you fucking brought swag in this shit with you. That you took advantage of a fucking young star that had everything ahead of him, and that he could have fucking gone on to become one of the best North American players of all time, to fucking dominate worldwide, and you ruined that. So fuck you. You need to burn. I don't give a fuck about him, and I don't give a fuck about Steel either. That guy, he can be the friendliest guy, he can be the biggest troll piece of shit he wants on stream, but that guy also can burn, because they fucking knew. So, no mercy. Throw the book at them, let them hang. I don't give a fuck.
Valve has been notoriously stubborn when it comes to this case.
Valve didn't listen to anything, and they're just going off on their own will or what they want, and that is really I don't know if it's dangerous, but it should be more talked about.
While they have a zero tolerance policy for cheaters in matchmaking, slapping them with a permanent and non-negotiable ban, pros that are caught cheating have only been given a 2-year competitive ban. Convicted cheaters can be unbanned, but these guys, who threw a virtually meaningless match, are banned forever.
I think Valve made a bad decision letting the cheaters come back, because if anything, they shouldn't let anyone come back.
It seems like regardless of what the iBUYPOWER guys do to rectify this issue, they're never going to play in a Valve event ever again.
Timmy, what the man on the phone wants you to do is something called match fixing. Don't do what he says.
Even Richard Lewis, the reporter that broke this story, has said that the punishment doesn't make sense.
And I wrestle with it every day, and some days I wake up and I go, if I knew it was going to be a lifetime ban, I wouldn't have done it. And then other days I wake up and I go, you know what, it was the right thing to do because I care about the community and I want them to know that the games are genuine.
Whether this is the end of the story or there's still more to come, Valve has sent a very clear message that match fixing in CSGO will not be tolerated. 4 young NA talents had their careers cut short, and for now, it seems like they won't be coming back. iBUYPOWER were supposed to headline a new era of NA strength, but when Cloud9 finally made that era happen in Boston, most of the iBUYPOWER players were forced to watch from the sidelines.
Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.